1,415 days. We were here since the very beginning. And today, it all ends. Today, this is my effort to preserve some of the memories of this server and some of the wonderful builds that got built upon it for the very first season of ARK Ascended and the very first map, the island. So come with me today as we tour around my ARK and see all the wonderful buildings people placed and made on the ARK. And let's check it out. We're starting today's exploration at Nemesis base, which is really cute. I love this thing. We're going to be touring around with, well, pretty much a GCM just to be able to get the best views of these bases. I love this little base. It is compact. It is cute. I think I might be able to dip on the inside as well. Oh, I can. Hello. It's got a bird shelf in here. What's going on in here? It feels so personal going into someone's base and having a look around. Oh, they're sleeping. This next base, Tribersadon, is really beautiful. I love the aesthetic of this one. My favorite feature has to be this building, which kind of reminds me of, it's like a spaghetti bowl holding up the spaghetti dinosaurs inside. But the thing with this base is it's so pretty, all the little towers and everything. And then just the buildings. What's the best bit over here? Hang on. This thing, look at this. This is where they would hatch the eggs out by the looks of it. And then if we kind of just drop down and have a little tour around the place. This is such a cute base. The little greenhouse and then the main build, which is absolutely adorable. Look at that. Wow. Oh, I'm disturbed by the parasaur. This next base defies gravity in itself, being one of the hugest and to the sky border tallest bases we have upon the server. This base being Lump's Tower, which is by far one of the most impressive buildings I've ever set my eyes upon. I mean, just look at the size of this base. It's absolutely humongous. And I think it's insanely cool. I can't get over it. Like, apparently this is as high as you can go building-wise with this particular spot, if I remember right from what he said. It's like as tall as an obelisk, honestly. And there's so many floors. My favorite definitely has to be the bell in the top of the tower. That is so cute. And the fact that you can go in all the floors of this as well. It's not just an empty shell. This is fully built, by the way. All these buildings are fully built in survival mode. And there's a little fishing harbor, which is really cute, where you can park your raft, which has been done here. And I love the aesthetic of this, dude. I wish I could build this good. Let me know what you think about this build in the comments down below. I think it's absolutely insane that this has been done on survival mode, and props to them, honestly. Tower of Lump. This next space is so cool by the Swede +1. My favorite thing in this space is the windows. I love these little windows. They're so cute. Things have been cleared out a bit here as we've been surviving for a very long time. But there is plenty of space on the space. This is probably one of my favorite base locations as well. It's done in aesthetically because, yeah, we've done a base video about this before if you're interested in island base locations. And it is a really cool spot. They've made very good use of the spot. And I love some of the aesthetics with the building. You can fit Rhynios in here and all sorts. Oh, and the little garden, that's so cute. Welcome to an island with many dinos. One of the bases on the server, well, the first one with a drawbridge, in fact, which is right here, stopping people from crossing into their lair and base from the cold Arctic. Welcome to Saltberg. Population, I'm sure you can read. But this place is really cool. I love the fact in ASA as well. And when you build things in the snow, it has that snowy brushed aesthetic on it. It looks different. You got that frozen looking brick. So it definitely fits the part down in the cold Arctic layer. Teleporter, and on the inside is absolute chaos. You could tell this base was well loved, well used, and had a lot going on. Welcome to Saltberg. This next base is by Gluten Free, and I love the helicopter pad. You know what? Let me just park myself right here on this cold metal surface. Yes, they've built in metal out in the snow. That is so chilly. Oh, I would not want to do that. I'd be well cold. But we come in here. It kind of reminds me, this base kind of reminds me of like the ARK logo in a way. It kind of, you know, see like that? There's the A, and then you got the big old things. But I like this little base. It's cute, and it's stilted up under the sea, so it took quite a bit of effort to get it up here. I'm getting a bit of a chill over there, so let's move to warmer pastures where we have a couple of volcano bases. First of all, we have this base, and you might be wondering about it, but this is the kind of cool thing I thought with it. This person has used water tanks all the way up the side of the base, and honestly, I kind of think it's a vibe, you know. It makes it look very interesting for a base. It's done on both sides as well, so they got protection there, plenty of water to last them for days, and I'm really liking the black dye they've used on this, and the kind of little canopy they have at the top. I'm loving the little fairy lights placed all around the ark. You're going to notice quite a bit of those. I think my server really enjoyed fairy lights this time around. But this is a really adorable little base. There's also this little mining shack down here, which we will check their main base out like later on. But that's really cute as well. I love the greenhouse. And for a name's reference, let's have a quick look who this is. This is DennieJ. Very nice build. This build sits on the volcano in a very precarious situation where titans will roam and gigas will roar. This base is Bawkers' base, chicken relation right there. And there's a lot going on here. You can get like plenty of metal in this base. And there's been plenty of love put into this base as well. And I really like the main building here because it's very efficient, you know. They've been trying to get their jobs done. They got their tech rep right next to all their dedicated storage. And I think this place is really cool because it has a view, you know. You get to view the entire blue obby over there, all the mountains around you while sitting on a mountain yourself. So this is a really cool location. Daring, but very cool. This base has something really cool in it that I just absolutely love. And it's this water wheel, which is insanely creative. I haven't seen anybody else do this, actually, which is kind of cool. This is Babisprout's base, and my oh my, does it look amazing. In the redwoods, a very popular spot by the river, which is ideal for this build. But look at it, it's so cute for a little forest holiday place. You could just imagine living here. We've got teleporters. And this beautiful house, which, oh, we can actually go into it. Let's have a sneak peek, shall we? So we're inside. We've got a dinner table and a fireplace. Oh, it's a little dark in here. Grinder rooms. Oh, wow. And a nice little trophy and forge room where we have a sleeping Babisprout. So I'm sorry about that. And then you have the main building, which is above. Let's see if we can go up there, which is also incredible. Maybe they do their animal breeding in here or something. Yes, I think they do a lot of that in there. And 2 industrial forges. One fun fact about this area on my server is it is busy, okay? It is very busy. There is a lot of tree platforms, you know, a bit too many. I didn't realize it was that insane. Let's move down south where one of the biggest bridges on the server is existing. This base is Shattered Moon's base, which, may I say, is a lot of buildings here. Looks really cool. Now, I was privileged enough to get a self-house tour around here quite a while ago in the server's lifetime. I got to see in all the rooms and it was amazing. I love the little builds around here. So this building is really cute. And this one, probably my favorite, up on top of the hill right here, is really adorable, and the stairs look really actually pretty good, I must admit. It's not easy to do like nice looking elevated stairs up a hill, you know. Something about this next one is huge, but I just really like it. This is Tribe 011 with their humongous like alpine like base with a really interesting front area as well, with a little turtle roaming around in it. But this place is super cute. I really quite like the aesthetic of like a huge building. You got your bird platform there, which looks really pretty, and then just all your stuff is hanging out here. You definitely wouldn't want to do this in PvP, but for PvE, it does just right. As it starts to rain, we're going to have a look at some bases down by Red Obelisk. This tribe is Sussingtons, and they did a lot of work on their base. I think just like a building going up the cliff, it's so creative. I haven't seen like a lot of really cool designs that do it, but this one definitely does, and I really like it. You can go in here by the looks of it. They got a little turret helping out, and then you can go up the tiers of the base, do things in the base by the looks of it. Oh, hello. There's the water kid there, and you can kind of just do things right at this base, go up to the top, And then all the dino storage is done up here. Look at those mutated Kiahs, dude. Ooh. This next space also ascends above the cliffway into the main house. And this leads to the cutest little cottage on top of the hill. This space is by Yataro, and oh my goodness, I love the aesthetic. Look at this space. I just love how it's done. It's like a really simple design, but also intricate at the same time. It just looks good. And then this whole thing that's happening here, I don't know what this is, but I like it. Like, I like it a lot. Oh, it's such a cute little base. It looks like we could go in the inside as well. The top of it's actually opened up, and oh, we can go down the stairs as well. Oh, yeah, so this is where they would have lived. And look at the view as well. We have a very sleepy builder right here, but they got a hell of a view to sleep to. The rain thunders on, but that doesn't stop us exploring with our limited time. This is another creator on the server, Miss Crabbytron, who has a delectable looking base that kind of looks like a half-eaten donut. I kind of like that aesthetic, like I want to eat it. Oh, but it's really adorable. She spent her time here, which is amazing, on the ARK, in her beautiful interior right there. Oh, I wish I could go and have a look. All of that, I might be able to rob my way in. Oh, yep, I can. We gotta check out the inside. She was a very busy lady here. Love the shape. And oh, look at this table. Look at the trays. The metal signs. That's so cute. Oh, and the back door's open. I could have come through there. Got a little Christmas sock on the fireplace as well. And this area is just so cute. That's such a good idea for like benches right there. The next space we have here is by Doodle, which is really cool. This thing got erected really early on in the server's lifetime. I remember it being there for a very long time. It reminds me of like a castle of some type of prison or something. But I really like the look of it. It's really quite a unique little build. That I've seen here. Obviously, like they've made a kind of box space, but then they've kind of turned it up to the nines, you know, made it really cool looking, and not just a box where still having the utility of a box base. Unfortunately, can't go inside to stare at all their secrets, but it's really cool just checking out the general aesthetic of the base. Look at this next base. This is by Panic, and this is such a sweet little base. The candy shot is definitely this drawbridge down to the main building, where you have the diamond shape in the doorway, doors wide open. Welcome to Panic. You're welcome to Panic. We're all panicking, you know. The timer is running out. This little base, the reason I like it so much, I mean, there's a lot of dinos here, is because the utility of space they've used here. So this is like on like a tiny little island outcrop in the middle of the ocean, and they've made the use of space here quite efficiently. They really like their sharks. Underneath, if I remember right, it's quite deep in here as well, so you could house in like even bigger creatures. But it's a really neat use of space on such like a weirdly shaped island. This next space is by Rubberduck Mafia, which is such a cool name if I'm honest with you. It's built on Herbivore Island and utilizes the space of the tiny little hole really well actually. And there's a lot going on with this build. So we have the telepad area at the front, which people made very good use of. And then we have the house achievements fully on display at the front, as you can see. And then inside, I mean, we can have a quick sneaky peeky in here just a bit. You can see we've got fairies hanging from the inside of the ceiling in there, which is kind of cool. We've got some Brontos hidden at the back and a greenhouse jutting out of this metal design. I really like the metal sheets kind of like ingrained like this in between these kind of braces on the outside. This little base I had to include, and it has a purpose. So when we played on the server, excuse the very tall grass, I think we're gonna have to fly, we were doing Rhynios, trapping them here, and this was built as the Rhynio facility. Isn't that adorable? I love the red in the stone. It is so cute. But basically, yep, look, it was made for the pheromone eggs. This is built by Panic once again. And yeah, you could come in here whilst you're pregnant, do stuff, you know, use a smithy. It even has the Rhynio spawn area all mapped out for people that want to do Rhynios. Such a sweet little community idea, this build. This next space is my own one. Yeah, welcome to my house. This is my first build I built on, well, Ascended. We ended up here. I like to pick different spots I haven't really lived in before, and this spot was one of them. I really actually enjoyed the space spot. Being next to the swamp, Green RB was very fruitful and near several metal mountains. Made a great spot to live, highly recommend it. Usually it's covered in trees, so you don't even see it. Made use of the terrain here. We have a breeding house, so in here I was doing all my car charts, breeding, you know, Christmas events, all of that good stuff. We have the kitchen up in here. And of course, inside of the house, we did some things as well. I tried to make good use of the space here. Had a little fireplace in the top. But overall, it made a really good first base. I felt like I could do everything I wanted to in it. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Welcome to one of the most magnificent bases on the server. This build is done by Weenie Hut Juniors, which is Antonio Pepperonio, which I believe he's going to make a tutorial on YouTube on how to build this, or speed build or something or other, so keep an eye out for that. I don't want to show too much off of this build because I believe that is his to show, but I wanted to at least include a little bit of it as this was a big part of the server. One of the massive parts of this build of the server was the trees, as it was a joke ongoing that people were going to chop his trees down, but these are natural trees, so he would have had to pull up a lot of floorboards if those trees do come down. So he's done an amazing job preserving the actual trees he has in his base. He has several natural trees in the space that he was protecting and building over the entire time he was doing his build. So very impressive. Make sure to check out his channel. Yaha Fiddly D, welcome to the 7 Seas. We've come to check out APP space today, which is really cute. It utilizes one of the little islands by 2 very dangerous mountains in this little river area just by the inlet that goes to Carnivore Island. Up here we have some art on people on the server, Christmas wishes, all that, hand drawn, very cool. And on the inside of the building is all these tiny little houses, which makes it look like a little village, which is so cute. There's a lot with this base. If I remember right, you can walk inside of all of the walls. There's hidden doors and everything, and a hidden toilet. Yeah, that's a base on the server. We're nearly getting here, but here is a CharliSpirit base, which is incredible. Good utility of space and islands on this one. Now this thing is huge, but there's one thing that is my favorite when it comes to this base. She might actually be online right now, we'll have to see, but it's this drawbridge. This is my favorite thing of the entirety of this base, dudes. I'm gonna have to build one of my own or something inspired by her. I gotta, like, it's so adorable. But the aesthetic of the space is really cool. The angular designs of the buildings that go across the entire thing, and it's a whole theme in the space. And then we come to a rig in the deep blue sea. This person was going to spend their entirety of their ARK life living on a raft, but instead they decided to, well, not live on a raft anymore, but an oil rig. Done by vacuum compartments, as you can see, so a later game build. But it's really cool all the same. I love little floating bases, they look really cute. And the fact that this is entirely floating and looks like it's floating on the sea is even cooler. This next build has to be one of my favorite base ideas of all time. It is amazing. It just proves ARK builds don't have to be big to be beautiful. And look at this, dudes. It is a tree house, a legit tree house, as there is a tree coming out of it. This is a natural tree, so they've done this all without breaking the tree, which is amazing. If I'm honest with you guys, you can come up into it and you can use all the space inside and get through the base. And upstairs you have where they would have lived and all that good stuff, and you would be able to sleep up here, sleep in bags. It kind of looks like a fire pit up the top. That's really cute. And this is by Riverside Hermit, by the way, which, you know, the name just suits so well. And then underneath you can walk through all the vines as well, which is kind of really cool, actually. I really like it. Unfortunately, I think that's all I got time for today. I wanted to show much more, but we are running out of time on the video and it is extending really long. I hope that's paid tribute to quite a few of our builders on the server and has preserved some memories there. A big goodbye to the server. I had a lot of fun here and it was an amazing start to Ascended, so hopefully many more adventures to come, and I'll see ya on the flip side. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.